check, mic check, 2-0 Princeton. 5:34 p.m.
2 hours.
evening and welcome to the live stream of Princeton High School activities. All right, let's try this again. A little bit of volume adjustment, see if that helps. About 4 minutes and 12 seconds left in warm-ups. I think I can hear myself a little bit more clearly. My name's Eric Jacobs. I'm going to be on live stream and color commentary for tonight's Mississippi 8 volleyball matchup. You're tuned in to the Princeton High School, Minnesota YouTube live stream. We do many of our home activities, at least with video, and occasionally when we have the time, energy, effort, and resources to do so, we'll add some play-by-play and color commentary, and tonight is one of those nights. It's also homecoming week here at Princeton High School, so we like to do things the right way, especially during homecoming, because these kids deserve some high-level programming here at Princeton High School. By day, I teach health and physical education here at Princeton High School, but by evening, I like to say my night job is being part of Princeton Tiger activities. And tonight, you're tuned in to see the Vikings, the visiting Vikings from North Branch, play against your hometown Princeton Tigers, or maybe you're tuned in to see your hometown Vikings. We like it when people can watch from a distance as well. A little bit of pregame preparation here, a little bit of pregame preview. We'll start with the Vikings of North Branch. They come in with an overall record of 6 wins and 6 losses. Vikings and Tigers both share a spot in the Mississippi 8 Conference right in the center of Minnesota, so these two opponents very familiar with each other across all sports and activities. Tigers and Vikings see a lot of each other during the school year. Most recently, the Vikings lost versus Rush City. That was last Thursday, so half a week ago they lost in straight sets 3-0 to Rush City. Duluth-Denfeld was their most recent win. That was a road trip all the way up to the North Country Tuesday, September 20th. North Branch Vikings won in straight sets 3-0. Like I said, they come in with an overall record of 6 wins, 6 losses, so a 500 record entering tonight's matchup inside of the PGM. A 2-0 record, an unblemished conference record for North Branch. They earned victories over St. Francis in the conference and versus Cambridge Isani. That was a 3-2 victory for North Branch. The Vikings are a very high-level volleyball program with a recent state championship. I believe 2018 or 2019. I'll fact-check myself here when I have an opportunity. They also have a second-place finish in the state on their record. So a very high-level program that's been run by Mike Selbechka. He's been at the helm ever since my tenure in Princeton has begun, and has had a couple of daughters come through the program as well. I knew them as basketball players, even though they were very, very high-level volleyball players. Pre-game prep for Princeton High School. They come in with an overall record of 5 wins, 3 losses. 3 of those 5 wins came over the weekend at the Duluth East Tournament. Tigers were victorious over Minneapolis Roosevelt, Deer River, and International Falls. Those are not familiar opponents to the Tigers. And they did garner a loss 2-0 to Duluth East at that same tournament. Tigers are yet to find a victory in the conference. They have 0 wins and 3 losses and haven't won a set quite yet in the conference. Mississippi 8 proving to be a grueling task. I take that back. That was a little bit of misinformation there. The Becker matchup, Tigers lost 3 sets to 2, so they did take 2 sets from Becker, but lost ultimately in 5. Tigers lost 3-1 to Chisago Lakes, 3-0 to Monticello, and lost to St. Francis 3-0 in straight sets. My information is coming up on minnesotascores.net. That is the home of the QRF, and it's a great, reliable source for all things Minnesota prep sports, as is the Minnesota Sports Hub. That's sponsored by the Star Tribune, so the Minnesota Volleyball Hub is oftentimes where I will gather statistics and information for our live stream. Again, my name's Eric Jacobs. I'll be on the microphone for play-by-play and color commentary. Derek Hasselberg's on public address. He teaches social studies by day, but is another activities worker by night. We're going to pause our online commentary here for a minute or so as we listen to the national anthem and starting lineups. Back in 2 minutes for Princeton Tiger Volleyball.
Now for tonight's lineups, beginning with the North Branch Vikings. Sophomore number 9, Darian Dick. Junior number 10, Sarah Hedberg. Senior number 14, Chloe Lattimore. Senior number 18, Alexia Kane. Sophomore number 19, Avery Smith. Sophomore number 20, Seisha Olsen. Sophomore number 22, Sophia Benedict. Senior number 23, Claire Huston. And the starters for the North Branch Vikings, senior number 4, Isabel Esket. Sophomore number 5, Dakota Esket. Senior number 7, Riley Ramberg. Senior number 12, Leah Kent. 8th grader number 15, Jenna Binky. And junior number 21, Haley Notbart. And sophomore number 26, Johanna Markey. Vikings are coached by Mike Silvichka. And now the lineup for the Princeton Tigers. Sophomore number 3, Lauren Lavin. Senior number 7, Aaliyah Zonner. Senior number 9, Miranda Greaser. Sophomore number 12, Sierra Christopher. Junior number 15, Danica Wojtaszek. Senior number 22, Brianna Jordan. Senior number
right, let's go with starting lineups here. We'll begin with the visiting Vikings. They're going to have a couple of sisters, Isabel and Dakota Esget, on the floor. Isabel, a senior. Dakota is a sophomore. Isabel's starting at libero, defensive specialist. Riley Ramberg is a starting senior. No position listed for her. Leah Kent is a senior captain, number 12. Jenna Minke is an 8th grade setter. She's number 15. And number 26, Joanna Bartkey, is a sophomore starting for the Vikings. They're in black tops, black bottoms, all black for the Vikings. Same for the Tigers. Black jerseys, orange trim. First 6 on the court for them is number 4, Larkin Addix, sophomore outside hitter. Junior captain, outside hitter, number 5, Gabby Ruzick. Number 6 is Caitlin Herman. She's a senior middle. Paige Blavitt, sophomore middle. Number 11, Julia Slipey's a senior captain, outside hitter. 12, Sierra Christopher is going to be the setter. She's a sophomore. And 13, Marissa Melgren is a junior middle for the Tigers. That one's dug by Addix. Now Christopher looking for Ruzick on the right side. Through the block and down. Tigers strike first. The left-handed Ruzick operating on the right side. Tigers up 1-0. Blavitt comes in right away for Christopher as Ruzick's back to serve. Junior lefty, right to 15, Minke. That's the 8th grade setter. Hit hard by number 5, Dakota Esget. Minke, middle set this time, no good. That's out of bounds. 26, Joanna Bartkey hammered that one, but couldn't find the inside of the lines. Tigers up 2-0. Ruzick continues her serve. Short approach, up and over. Dug by number 12, Leah Kent. Hit hard and down. Dakota Esget doesn't miss this one. From the left side, off of the Minke set. Textbook offense from the Vikings. 22, Sophia Benedict rotates in, just a sophomore. Young lineup for the Vikings, a lot of 10th graders. Couple of seniors mixed in there. Isabel Esget and Leah Kent are a couple of senior starters, but a lot of younger underclassmen for the Vikings. Here's Minke, sets up 21. Don't have a name for her yet. Now Blavitt, Melgren pushes it over. Dug by Isabel Esget out of the back row. Swatted away and down. Number 26, Joanna Bartkey, put that one away for the Vikings, and they've evened things up here, 2-2. 5 is Dakota Esget, the sophomore Esget, back to serve, and I think the Tigers might have got a break there. Didn't see a touch signal. Out of bounds, says the line judge. Zahner was back there. Looked like she made a motion towards the ball, but officials say she didn't touch it. Early break for the Tigers. They lead 3-2, and Zahner's going to have the serve. Serve is good, dug by Isabel Esget. Hit hard and down by number 22, Sophia Benedict, off of the Jenna Minke set. 8th grader Minke with lots of poise out there, doing a great job setting up this North Branch offense. They're all knotted at 3. Isabel Esget. Free ball coming. Minke sets behind her, hit hard, but dug by the Tigers. Another free ball coming for the Vikings. Esget, now Minke, middle set, dug by the Tigers. Ramberg knocked that one over. Outside this time, and down. Sophia Benedict says third time's a charm. Tigers couldn't quite take advantage. They had a couple of nice defensive plays to dig the ball after a few North Branch attacks. Senior Isabel Esget back to serve again. Right-handed serve, dug by Addix in the back row. Now Ruzick pushes the serve over to Blavitt, and dug by Esget. Minke tight to the net, blocked by the Tigers. Blavitt and Slipey combine on that one. We're even again, 4-4. These two teams fairly evenly matched through the first 8 points anyways. Slipey finds the inside of the line. That's an ace. Julia Slipey puts it to the floor. First ace of the contest will go in the books for the Tigers by way of right-hander Julia Slipey. Right back to the Tigers, see if they can set some offense. Now Zahner, Slipey. Dug by Dakota Esget. Inside, middle attack, out. Riley Ramberg hit that one over from her middle spot. Couldn't find the back corner. Tigers lead by 2. Slipey tight to net, good serve, coming right back to the Tigers at Addix. Now Minky, Ramberg, dug by Ruzick, but couldn't quite find a teammate. Riley Ramberg did a nice job to react and push that one right back to the Tigers. Ruzick was in position, but couldn't quite handle it. Side out point, North Branch. Danica Wojtaszek rotates in to play the back row now. Alexa Kane serving for the Vikings. Ruzick sets up Addix, tight to the net, hits the net, doesn't quite go over. No touch by the Vikings. Our executive producer is in the house. You can see him walking up the bleachers right now. That's the guy in the orange and gray jacket, Joe Thiel. He's the guy that presses all the buttons and allows this thing to happen. So when you see him in the community, make sure you give a big thank you if you enjoy our broadcast here, because he's a big part of pushing all the buttons. I'm just the guy that talks on the microphone. 1 point lead now for the Vikings. Wojtaszek digs that one from the back row. Ruzick sets up Addix. Pushed over. Vikings were ready, and Tigers can't quite get to the second ball. Blavitt went down to a knee to dig it. Ruzick had a teammate as an obstacle. 2 point differential. 8-6. Vikings lead. 18 is Alexa Kane. Pushes the Tigers to the back row. Now Ruzick sets up Addix. Minky sets. Hit hard, but blocked by the Tigers. 22, Sophia Benedict was denied. The Tiger block party of Blavitt and Blavitt was there. 3 and 8, couple of twins, you might have guessed it. Combined for the ace block. Well done, Tiger defense. Sierra Christopher back to serve. She's a southpaw, just a sophomore, a little bit of an approach, and tried to spin that one in there. Service error, first of the match. So the Tigers get the first ace on the match, but they also have the first service error. Side out point Vikings. Number 12, Leah Kent rotates back in. She'll be in to serve. She's a senior captain. Zahner for the Tigers. Now Christopher. Ruzick from the left side. Can't find the inside of the line. Just sails deep. There's not a ghost in the vicinity, folks. No ghosts in the P-Gym, but you do see the scoreboard moving on us. That's our executive producer up to his old tricks again. But he's the guy that knows all the buttons, so we trust the stuff that he does, and he puts together a heck of a production, in my own opinion. Officials discussing something. Unlike the NFL, they don't come inform the announcer guy what's going on. They say North Branch Volleyball. 3 point difference, 10-7 in favor of the visitors. First ball dug by Ruzick to Christopher. Right back to Ruzick. Dug nicely by number 12, Leah Kent. Tigers trying to find some offense. Christopher, middle hit for Blavitt. North Branch rallies to push it back over. Zahner, now Christopher, a little bit out of her spot. Ruzick dumps one over. Dakota Esget finally finds the floor for the Vikings. Dakota, a sophomore. Isabel, a senior. I'll do my best to keep those two straight. Isabel's wearing the different colored jersey as a defensive specialist, a libero in the back row. 4 point difference now. Ball's up. Dug by Wojtaszek. Right to Christopher. Good defense. Addix hit hard and down. Wojtaszek to Christopher to Addix. That has a nice ring to it. Malgren rotates in as Zahner rotates out from her defensive specialist position. 8 is Paige Blavitt. She's back to serve. And outside of the lines, another service error. That's 2 consecutive service errors on the Tigers. And Zahner's back in to play the back row for the Tigers. New player in for the Vikings, Claire Husnick, a senior. She'll come in to serve and play the back row. Zahner digs. Now Christopher looking for Melgren. Hit just over the net. Dug by the Vikings right to Minky. And they can't quite handle it. Minky did a great job, but it started with the defense of number 12, Leah Kent, as she slid on the floor and probably left a little bit of her skin there. I could hear it in the third row of the bleachers over here. Good effort by the Vikings. But side out, point Tigers. Addix looking to get the Tigers back on the offensive here. Small toss, right-handed hit, just down the line. Good location on the serve. Both teams scramble a little bit here. Slipey pushes it over. Dug by Esget. Now Minky. Hit hard, but the Tiger block is there. Dakota Esget hit it hard off of the Tiger block, but the ball didn't come off in a very predictable fashion. It came towards the Tigers sideline. Slipey and Melgren were there on the block, but Tigers couldn't take advantage. Side out, point North Branch again. Tigers struggling to string a few points together here. Christopher, outside set for Slipey. Dug by Esget, tight to the net. Comes right back to the Tigers. Slipey, now Ruzick from the right side and down. Second time we've seen Ruzick find the floor, attacking from the right side. That's an asset to have a southpaw on the right side of the floor as a volleyball squad. Number 3, that's one of the Blavits. I got to check my program to make sure I get the correct first name. That's Lauren. Not sharing this floor with her sister Paige, but that's kind of a neat deal when a couple of twins can share the floor. Another service error on the Tigers in the meantime. Their third of the first set. 4-point difference still. North Branch maintains their lead. Number 5, Dakota Esget's been a big part of this North Branch offense and defense. She's played all the way around. Ruzick looking for Blavit on the left side. Dug by Minky, setters out of position a little bit. North Branch takes advantage, though. Sophia Benedict converts an unconventional offense there. Isabel Esget came in and dug that one after setter Menke had to take the first ball. Usually not the way you draw it up, but the Vikings convert regardless. Zahner. Now Ruzick looking for Slipey in the middle into the net. The North Branch block was there. Not sure how much that influenced Slipey's attack, and the Vikings have separated a little bit. It was tight early on, but the Vikings have strung together a handful of points consecutively here. Esget, long serve. That doesn't find the lines. There's the first service error on the Vikings. Side out point Tigers. Zahner has the task of trying to take advantage of that North Branch air. Ball's up and served over the net. Now Minky looking for a teammate. Hit hard from the right side. Off of the Tiger block and down. That's 21. Her name is not in my program, so I'll have to go talk to public address announcer Mr. Hasselberg and make sure I get the correct name for number 21 on North Branch. She's had a couple of kills this evening, so she should get to hear her name on the live stream, or whoever's watching for number 21. Ruzick sets up Slipey from the right side. Good spot, but North Branch covers. Addix digs from the back row. Now Ruzick looking for Slipey left side into the net. Seven-point difference. Isabel Esget, senior libero, with the serve, dug by Addix. Now Ruzick goes over on 2 and catches the Vikings sleeping, kind of. They had 2 players go for it. 5 and 15, Dakota Esget and 8th grader Jenna Minky both went for the ball, but I think they might have both got a hold of it. There's another service error from the Tigers. Their 4th. I'm not quite keeping track of those other than in my mind. 4th or 5th service error. Vikings lead 19-12. Number 18, Alexa Kane, is a senior. She's on to serve and play the back row for the Vikings. Ball's up and over, dug by Zahner. Right to setter Ruzick. Now Addix hit hard and down. Good offense from the Tigers. That one went Zahner, Ruzick, Addix. That's as good as the Tigers have looked offensively. That one found the floor untouched by the Vikings. So side out point Tigers. We'll see if they can take advantage. Got to get a few serves in and play a little defense if they want to narrow this lead from the Vikings. Christopher starts with a good serve. Hit hard and down. That's 22, Sophia Benedict from the left side. Good answer from the visiting Vikings. Leah Kent is back on to serve. Left-hand turn, now dug by Zahner. Christopher Blavitt. A little bit too much air under that attack from Blavitt. Free ball coming for the Tigers. Now Zahner. Christopher back set, looking for Ruzick! Christopher to Ruzick. That's been the Tigers' best offense, is Ruzick on the right side. She's got 3 kills coming from that spot. Good credit for the Tiger defense. Everything starts with a pass. Christopher did a nice job setting up teammate Ruzick. Blavitt now. Good serve. Dug by Esget. Now Minky setting up Ramberg in the middle. Dug by Blavitt. Tight to the net. Melgren handles it. Christopher attacks. Now Minky. Esget hit hard. Dug by Wojtaszek. Fans appreciate the good defense. Esget rolled over right to Christopher. Tigers are ready. Ruzick now Addix. Dug by the Vikings. Here's Minky. Back set to number 7, Ramberg. She slid behind. Sneaky play by the Vikings. Ramberg had been hitting out of the middle, but on the set, slid back to the right side and attacked that one. Might have caught the Tiger defense a little bit off guard. Time out, Coach Patnode. We'll take a little bit of a break and be back in 60 seconds.
in your house connect to the internet? Let's see. Computers, smartphones, gaming console, maybe your appliances and lights. They say that by the year 2020, the average home will have 5 devices for every one person. I don't know about you guys, but I don't want to be average. We're going to need much better internet.
Midco Gig is here. Life changing.
All right, one more point here for North Branch victory. Tigers dig it. Now Christopher Ruzick from the right side. North Branch is ready this time. Ruzik's played well from that right side, but Vikings were ready to set up the block. Minky hit hard and down for Esget. Dakota Esget puts this one away. 25-15, final score of set number 1 in favor of the Vikings. We'll be right back. All right, another opportunity to be a little grateful, or a lot grateful, for our executive producer, Joe Thiel. We were having a little bit of sound difficulty, but I think they've been solved, so I apologize if our commentary, or maybe it was even better for you. Maybe you prefer watching this without commentary. You don't have to listen to my big yapper talk about volleyball, which I'm far from an expert. And we are an amateur production. I think we do a pretty good job, but I do like to remind people we are an amateur production. So hopefully you can hear me a little bit better now. I'll try to tell you what's going on to the best of my ability. Our cameras are pretty high quality, but it helps to have somebody telling you what's going on as well. So North Branch Vikings take set number 1, 25-15. Stars of that set were Dakota and Isabel Esget, along with 8th grade setter Jenna Minke. Did a great job creating North Branch offense. Tigers will try to come back after a first set loss, but there's Dakota Esget again, sends the Tiger defense scrambling. Unlike set number 1, North Branch takes the first point. Tigers drew first blood 1 set ago, but North Branch takes the first point, and convincingly. Dakota Esget, again, might need to put a helmet on if she's going to keep jumping that high. She'll have to look out for hitting her head. Blavit puts that one inside of the lines. Our line judge, 1 set in, 1 set out, so we got to defer to the up ref, and they say out. So point Vikings. Zahner digs for the Tigers, right to Christopher, hit hard by Ruzick. That one's coming right back to the Tigers. Wepner trying to find the floor. Line judge says there was a touch, so point Tigers. Ruzick smashed that one from the left side this time. North Branch defense was ready, but the dig came right back over to the Tigers, and Wepner smashed it right to the corner. Speaking of smashing, the Vikings find the floor. That's number 21. I told you I was going to go figure out what her name is because she's not in my program, but I had spent too much time solving technical difficulties. Real quick shout out to Princeton Tiger alumni and current 9th grade coach Marie Pelzer. She's at home watching. Want to give her a shout out. She's not able to be with the team this evening, but thanks for tuning in, Marie Pelzer. Free ball coming. Ruzick. Now Christopher right back to Ruzick. Smashed hard. The Vikings almost covered it up. A diving effort by Isabel Esget, and then a foot snuck out there from someone else in the back row from the Vikings. That's a legal play, I think. Again, I'm no volleyball expert, and I'm not Hugh McCutcheon back here, but I think that's a legal play. Anyways, side out, point Tigers. 3-2. Wojtaszek serves towards the back row. There's another service error on the Tigers. That was an area of improvement on the first game, and Wojtaszek comes in and gives the Vikings a free point. Wojtaszek digs. Now Christopher. Slipey hit hard and down. Julia Slipey from the left side. Wojtaszek to Ruzick to Slipey goes the Tiger offense. Lauren Blavit in, a sophomore middle hitter. Ruzick set to serve. Short approach, left-handed serve. Dug by Esget. Now Minke looking for Esget. Back row attack. Dug by Zahner. Ramberg, now Minke, right back to Ramberg in the middle. Tigers dig it. Slipey, now Zahner from the back row. There's Esget, now Minke. Ramberg from the middle, hit hard and down. Esget to Minke to Ramberg. Goes the Vikings offense. Senior captain Riley Ramberg had a couple of cracks at it. The second one, better than the first one. Good volley there for point number 8. 5 for the Vikings, 3 for the Tigers. Zahner. Ruzick gets to her setting spot. Now Blavit. Minke setting some offense. Esget rolls that one over. We've seen her swing a lot harder than that, trying to just place that one. Now she's on the block. Blavit from the right side, but Dakota Esget's everywhere. An ace block this time. Definitely not the tallest player on the floor. But boy, Dakota Esget showed up with her bunnies tonight. Zahner. Now Wojtaszek. Slipey rolls that one over. Tough spot. Minke tries to dump it, but mishandles it. Double contact, says the up ref. Tigers trail by 2. Blavit rotates to the front row. Blavit and Zahner rotate for the Tigers. Now Marissa Melgren. She'll be in my advisory tomorrow with a bunch of her junior classmates. Minke sets up Ramberg in the middle. Ruzick digs it. Right up in the air now. Blavitt. Free ball coming. Melgren. Minke looking for Ramberg. Out of the middle. Tiger block was there, but just over their fingertips. Boy, I think if Paige Blavitt went to cut her fingernails this morning, she would have had that one. Just out of the reach of sophomore Paige Blavitt. The block was there. Defense was ready. But the sideline was left a little exposed. Inside of the lines and down. That's an ace. First ace on the contest by my count. My statistics are very unofficial, so if you're auditing me at home, apologies if I'm incorrect, but my tally mark system is sometimes correct. And by the tally marks, that's the first ace for the Vikings. Blavitt into the block and down. That was a solo block from Joanna Bartkey all by herself over there. (9-4), Vikings lead. Wojtaszek pushes that one right into the net. Tough to handle. There's another ace. This time for Claire Husnick. 2 aces in a row for Claire Husnick. Another serve. This time it's outside of the lines. Claire Husnick trying to find that back line. Wentner and Wojtaszek will rotate. Wentner in to play the front row. Slipey serves. Isabel Esget out of the back row for the Vikings and inside of the lines. Another kill for Joanna Bartkey. 6-point differential. Ball's up and over, dug by Brianna Jordan now. New Tiger into the match. Wentner hits it hard. Now Esget dug by Jordan. Ruzick right there for a set. Blavitt from the right side. Vikings are scrambling. That's the Tigers' best rally right there. Blavitt put that one away. She hit it hard right towards the left sideline. Viking defense was there, but a little bit too much sauce for them to handle. Tigers trail by 5. Everything starts with a pass, though, so Brianna Jordan deserves a ton of credit. The senior playing that back line really well. Left-handed serve, knuckleball coming from Christopher. Menke sets outside of the lines. 2 points in a row for the Tigers. Joanna Bartkey sailed that one long. Good set from 8th grader Jenna Menke. Jenna Menke, just an 8th grader, doing a great job setting this North Branch offense. She's the pivot point as the center. She gets most of the second balls. She'll get this one. Sets up Esget. That's a good choice. Dug by Jordan. Christopher. Wentner from the left side. Can't find the lines. Brianna Jordan, 2 good digs in a row. 2 for 2. She's had 2 opportunities and found a setter both times. 5-point difference. Esget off of the tape, dug by Ruzick. Now Christopher Blavitt from the right side. Rolls one over, dug by Isabel Esget. Hit hard, not down. Christopher had a pancake opportunity. She got the ball up. Riley Ramberg hit it hard, though, out of the middle. Too hot to handle. 6-point difference now. Here's Dakota Esget. She plays all the way around. That one served right off the tape, the top of the net. Ruzick finds the floor! Off of the forearm of libero Isabel Esget, a diving attempt. Point Tigers. Aaliyah Zahner, a senior, back to serve. Pushes the North Branch defense backwards. Bartkey off of the Tiger block. Melgren and Wempner were there. They set up the block to help out the Tiger defense, but the ball spun to the exact spot the Tiger defense wasn't. I suppose that's the trade-off when you have two players set up to block, is you lose one defender. Unfortunate event for the Tigers. Jordan Diggs right to Christopher. Now Melgren from the left side. Tapped down to the floor. Not Melgren's hardest swing, but she placed it just perfectly. Good Tiger offense. Impressive rotation for Brianna Jordan. Great defense out of that Tiger defense. Number 22 in the back row. She's worn the defensive specialist jersey before. Well done, Brianna. Inside of the lines. There's another Tiger ace. Their second on the contest. First of set number 2, and they've narrowed the lead to 4. Trying to claw their way back in. Wempner's back to serve. Ball's up and over. Asget digs from the back row, right to Minky. Hit hard, blocked by the Tigers, but out of bounds. 22 Sophia Benedict hammered that one hard. The Tiger block was ready, but it was hit hard enough off of the Tigers' last and out of bounds. Side out, point North Branch. Number 18, Alexa Kane, a senior, is on to serve and play the back row now for the Vikings. Wojtaszek finds Christopher. Slipey rolls one over. Asget. Now Minky looking for Ramberg. Hit hard and down on that slide play. Executed perfectly. Asget to Minky to Ramberg. We've seen her attack out of the middle, but they've run that slide play a couple of times where she slides out of the middle and hits from the right. That's tough to defend, especially when it's that well executed. Ball's up and over, dug by Zahner. Right to Christopher. Slipey's calling for it. Ball finds Ruzick. Back corner inside the lines. Right in the corner. Well done, Ruzick. Christopher had some options. Slipey on the left side, Ruzick on the right side. I think either would have been a good option. She went to Ruzick. Her attack percentage has been higher on the right side than the left side. See if the Tigers can string a couple together here. Minky hit hard, not down. Tigers dig it. That came from Sophia Benedict. Minky looking for Ramberg again on the slide play. Tigers cover it up. Wojtaszek, Zahner from the back row. Off of that North Branch block and down. 2 consecutive points from the Tigers. Started with good defense. They covered up that slide play. Riley Ramberg has run that almost perfectly. They've scored on it most of the time they've ran it, but the Tigers were ready. 4-point difference. Ruzick, short approach, left-hand serve. Dug by Isabel Asget. Right to Minky. Ramberg out of the middle. This time Tigers block was ready. Melgren, now Slipey. That one's blocked, covered up by Melgren. Another block attempt, but the ball hits the floor untouched on the Tigers' side. Point Vikings. Leah Kent rotates in. She'll take over serving duties for the Vikings with a 5-point lead. They're looking to be on the positive side of their 500 record as they come in with an overall record of 6-6. Tigers trying to pick up their first conference victory. Minky sets up Esgid on the left side. Hit hard. Tiger block was ready. Aaliyah Zahner was ready in the right spot. But boy, does Dakota Esgid bring the heat. Jumps out of the gym and swings hard. That's pretty tough to defend, even when the block was there and ready. Tigers got a touch. We'll be back in 60 seconds. All right. Tigers trying to claw their way back into set number 2. They're playing from behind again. There's a third ace. All three coming in set number 2 for the Vikings. This one off of the right hand of senior Leah Kent. Claire Husnick had the first 2 service aces for the Vikings. And now Leah Kent. Malgren down to an east. Slipey finding the back corner. Couldn't quite get there. Minky sets up Ramberg out of the middle. Tigers, couple of them there. Blavitt went for it. Ruzick also in position. 2012. Asget swipes that one away, and too much momentum coming into the net. Seven-point difference. Marissa Melgren's back to serve. Really good kid. Lots of great kids for the Princeton Tigers. I've had a lot of them in class, Marissa Melgren included. Just really high-quality people on this Princeton Tiger volleyball team. Paige Blavitt hit hard and down. I just guessed Lauren or Paige, and I got that one right. Paige Blavitt from the middle keeps the Tigers in it. 6-point difference. Now Melgren, a second serve. Asget Deggs right to Menke. Ramberg slides over to the right side. And the Vikings connect on that one again. She didn't slide behind the setter, but rather in front of the setter. Not, again, I'm not a good enough volleyball mind to know if that's how it's supposed to work, but usually I see her sliding behind the setter. Either way, it worked out for the Vikings. 7-point difference here. Into the net. There's a service error. We haven't seen many of those from the Vikings. Tigers will take it right back. 7, Riley Ramberg rotates in, and 18, Allison Wempner comes in for the Tigers. Julia Slipey balls up and over. Right to Minky. Sets up Asget. Tight to the net, dug by Ruzick. And Asget's in the net again. Second consecutive time she's had a violation on an attack. Official said her foot was over the line, so players can't cross that center line underneath the net. She didn't make contact with the net, but crossed the line. Smashed hard out of the middle, Joanna Bartkey off of the Tiger block. Princeton couldn't quite dig it. 22-16, 6-point difference. Ball's up and dug by Zahner. Ruzick finds Wempner. Dug by Asget, tight to the net. Menke handles it. Hit hard right to Ruzick. Gabby Ruzick attacks from the back row. North Branch block was ready. Minky, awkward set. Free ball for the Tigers. Zahner hit hard right into the net. Blavitt, kind of an awkward attack angle there. Usually you want the ball to be set in front of you. That time the set was coming from the back row, so it was behind Blavitt. Timeout, Tigers. Vikings lead 23-16, trying to take set number 2 from the Tigers. inside of the P gym here. Dakota Esgett rotates out. Might be the first time she's been able to have a seat here with just
your grandmother's fine
the
china.
Vikings
those
2 points
trendy
from victory.
sneakers,
That one's
your
served
collection
out of bounds.
hand-carved
Point
duck
Tigers.
decoys. Auto Owners protects your home.
Dakota Esgett has been maybe the name I've said
Because,
the
well,
most.
Somebody
She
should.
plays all the way around.
That's simple human sense.
For the Vikings, but gets a well-deserved break. Tigers
the
trying to
Princeton
come back
Insurance
here,
Agency
down
in Princeton.
6.
If auto owners
Sierra
make sense
Christopher
for you.
tasked with keeping the ball in on her serve. Does a
now
nice
you do your
job.
job.
Ball's dug right to Minky. Hit hard and down. Joanna Bartkey doesn't have trouble finding inside of the lines. No Tiger block there.
First Bank and Trust presents so many abbreviations. Okay, you need to make a payment ASAP, but you have no P2P, aka person-to-person payments, which lets you send money to almost anyone without a check. To your college kid, a piano teacher, or an IOU for lunch with your BFF. Use online or in the app.
Ball's
no
up
fees.
and
Snap.
into the net, so
P.S.
another
The
service
only way to
error
pay,
on the Vikings.
RIP. Person-to-person
Tigers
payments,
have a little
easy
bit of
and
life
convenient.
here.
Bank better. Bank smarter. Bank easy. First Bank and Trust. Member FDIC. Online banking and online bill pay required to initiate payment.
Ball's up and over. Zahner pushes the North Branch defense back. Minky sets up her teammate out of bounds. Sophia Benedict smashed that one off of the Tiger block. Good on the Tiger defense to be in position, but Benedict hit it too hard. And the Vikings take set number 2, 25-18. We'll be right back.
How many things in your house connect to the internet? Let's see. Computers, smartphones, gaming console, maybe your appliances and lights. They say that by the year 2020, the average home will have 5 devices for every one person. I don't know about you guys, but I don't want to be average. We're going to need much better internet.
Midco Gig is here. Life changing.
All right, set 3, almost ready to get underway here inside of the P Gym. You're tuned into the Princeton High School out of Minnesota Activities broadcast channel, streamed live on YouTube. We'd love it if you were in the gym watching with us, with me, but we like that you can tune in from anywhere. So I've heard all kinds of stories about grandparents or aunts or uncles or family members watching from all over the country, really, which is a really cool feature about our YouTube live stream. So whether you have a connection to this Princeton team, or maybe you're a North Branch fan that found our link, or maybe you're just browsing YouTube, as some people may do, you've found the Princeton High School out of Minnesota Activities broadcast channel, and we're covering a Mississippi 8 volleyball match between the visiting North Branch Vikings and Princeton Tigers. North Branch strikes first, just like they did in set number 2. They lead 1-0. My name's Eric Jacobs. I always feel like I need to identify myself. I teach health and physical education by day here, but by night I turn into part of Princeton Tiger activities. And in this capacity, I do a little bit of play-by-play and color commentary. Good rally here for the Vikings and Tigers. Free ball coming. Ruzick makes it not so free. Made sure the Vikings had to pay rent on that one, and it earns the Tigers a point. 1-1. A little bit of a scrambling defense for the Tigers, and Ruzick was able to get enough mustard on it to earn the Tigers a point. We're tied at 1. Ruzick serves. Dug by Isabel Esget. Hit hard inside of the lines. Joanna Bartkey scored the 25th point in the last match for the Vikings, and she gets the Vikings on the board for their second point in set number 3. Left-hand toss into the net. It's about the only thing Dakota Esget's done wrong tonight. The sophomore has done it all. She's been a Swiss Army knife for the Vikings, playing all the way around. She's played well in the back row. She's had an ace block. She's had a solo block and a whole bunch of kills playing in the front row. There's a dig for sophomore Dakota. Hit hard by number 22, Sophia Benedict, but the Tigers' defense is there. Addicts from the back row. Now Esget looking for Benedict. Tigers dig it again. That time Melgren into the net, but out of the net from Ruzick. Tigers scrambling and enter a point. They lead 3-2. Their first lead since the first set. They were trading points with the Vikings in set number 1 until the Vikings pulled away, ultimately winning 25-15. Tigers never led in set number 2. That was all Vikings. Tigers double their lead and double up the Vikings as Bartkey, Joanna Bartkey was in the middle this time, and rolled that one into the net. Malgren's back to serve now for the Tigers. Ball's up and over, down the line, dug nicely by Sophia Benedict. Tiger block was ready. Caitlin Herman and Lauren Blavitt combined, but couldn't quite push the ball back over, and it lands on the Tiger side. Point North Branch. Isabel Esget, she's got the different color jersey on. The red jersey means she can only play in the back row. Ruzick sets up. Caitlin Herman touched outside, lands outside of the lines, but since the Vikings touched it, that'll be a point for the Tigers. Here's Wempner from the back row. Ball's up. Dug by Esget, right to Menke, the setter. Hit hard by Benedict, dug by Zahner, straight up in the air. Wempner, free ball coming if the Tigers get to it. Good hustle, Aaliyah Zahner, all the way over to get that one. Down to her knees is Ruzick to dig that one. Now Zahner again, Blavitt tight to the net. Can't get it over. Point Vikings. Tigers still lead 5-4. Wempner and Wojtaszek rotate. I do believe we'll have another post-game interview, so a couple of Princeton Tiger players will be joining us. So Don't exit out of our live stream too quickly after the final set is finished, whether it's this set or if the Tigers are victorious. We'll continue to broadcast until the match is over. And we'll have probably a 1 or 2 minute interview with one of the Tiger players. Vikings will take the lead here, 6-5 on that Tiger miscue. I'll see if I can find the year that North Branch took home the state championship. That's definitely worth being familiar with and definitely something to celebrate. It makes the conference look really good for sure. North Branch being part of the Mississippi 8 conference, I think that speaks to the competitiveness of the conference, that a team can win the whole thing. That's a big, big deal. It wasn't that long ago. Maybe 2020. That's the season I'm scrolling back to currently. The Vikings lost in the championship game, so it looks like during the 2019 2020. That would have been the 2019 season. Volleyball is only a fall sport, so it ends before 2020 would have began. They lost in the championship game to Stewartville, so very successful 2019-2020 year for the Vikings. So it must have been the year before. We'll see. At the state tournament, they were victorious in 5 sets over Class AA powerhouse, the Marshall Tigers. So the North Branch Vikings, not all that long ago, 4 seasons ago, took home a state championship. That's a big, big deal for Coach Selbechka, for North Branch High School, and really the Mississippi 8. We want to celebrate that, so that's why I bring it up. But high school programs typically ebb and flow. Teams oftentimes, well, they shouldn't be good every single year. Sometimes programs can be built that way. I'm not saying that the North Branch Vikings are good, but maybe they're not quite the 29-4. That's an impressive record out of the 2018 North Branch Vikings. Coach Selbechka does a great job leading that Viking program. Just a 1-point difference here inside of the P-Gym, though. Tigers fighting to stay alive in this match. North Branch leads overall 2-0. Watashik digs. Now Zonner. Ruzick, left-hand smash. Menke got that one up. Hit hard by Esget, but can't find the lines. Tigers tie it up 8-8. Dug by Esget, right to Menke. Dakota Esget out of the front row, skied to get that one. Not her strongest hit, but she placed it perfectly right in the center of the Tiger defense. Yogi Berra said, hit them where they ain't, and Dakota took his advice on that one. That's more of a baseball saying, but Dakota Esget puts them where the Tigers ain't. Short serve. And what a play, some ping pong, or rather pinball action from the Tigers there. Christopher out of the back row digs that one. Addix. North Branch scrambling. Menke bumps that one over. Christopher back set to Ruzick. Hit hard into the Viking block. Tigers touched the first one, but nobody home in the back row. Vikings take that point and lead 10-8. Couple of bounces and balls up. Wojtaszek, Christopher, back set to Addix. Point Vikings. Darian Dick back to serve now for the Vikings. We haven't announced her name on the live stream yet. She should get some credit for serving. doing a nice job. As get hit hard, smashed right to Christopher. Tigers scrambling, but they keep it in play. Right to Minky. Zahner to Christopher. Addix. Long rally here. Esget over the Tiger block. Esget changes up the speed on her attack, and it threw off the Tigers. The block was there, but she just touched it up and over instead of smashing it down the line. Good change up by sophomore Esget to earn the Vikings another point. Darian Dick, serve handled by Watashik. Ruzick out of the middle, finds the floor. Crafty play by the Tigers' Ruzick. Her experience shows on that one. We don't see her play in the middle very often, but she snuck the ball to the floor right around that North Branch block. Riley Ramberg rotates in now. We've seen her in the middle, but she's run that slide play a handful of times with Menke, the setter. Brianna Jordan into serve. She's been good defensively for the Tigers. Esget smash right to Jordan. Tigers keep it up and in play. Vikings setting offense. Esget hit it hard. I think there was a touch. Yep, down ref says touch, so the ball went outside of the lines. But it was off of the Tiger block. Point Vikings. Ball's up and over, dug by Jordan. Tigers can't quite handle the second ball. (14-9), Vikings lead by 5, trying to take this one in 3. Tigers staying resilient. Christopher pushes that one over on 2, trying to catch the Vikings napping. They set up offense. Esget hit hard right to Zahner, but right place at the right time and down. Zahner's thrilled the Tigers could come away with the points on that one. Esget smashed it, but Zahner was in the exact spot she needed to be. And I think the Vikings were a little shocked that they didn't score as Esget hit it about as hard as she has all night. Ruzick sets from the back row. Wempner. Back to Melgren. Viking defense stays strong. So does the Tiger defense now. Zahner, back row attack coming from Jordan to the floor. Long sustained rally. Tigers stayed focused. Brianna Jordan, she's been great defensively all night, but shows up on offense this time. Rolled that one over the net from her back row spot and found the right place. Ruzick serves again. That one's down. First ball went a little bit close to the net. Menke's been really, really good. Jenna Menke's been really good as the North Branch setter, but a little bit too tight to the net to handle that one. Tigers trail by 2. Left-handed serve. Dug by the Vikings, right to Menke. Esget from the left side and down. Tigers not home on that one. Dakota Esget took that one right out of the rafters again. She might have springs in her shoes, not really sure. Ruzick sets up Wempner in the middle. Dug by Menke. Benedict. Tigers go over on 2. There's Menke ready to set. Benedict, left side, dug by Jordan. Ruzick sets up Wempner into the North Branch block. Tigers there to cover. New Tiger player in. That's number 28, freshman Megan Kloss, sister Morgan Kloss. Megan pushed that one over. Didn't catch that substitute. Tigers staying alive. Melgren pushes the North Branch defense back. Menke close to the net. Bartkey handled that one out of the middle. Wempner, Tiger defense was there. The block by North Branch causes trouble for the Tigers, and that earns the Vikings a point. Isabel Esget. We've said her name less, but she's been on the floor all night long playing defense out of the back row for the Vikings. Now she's serving. Caitlin Herman from the left side, out of bounds. Right at the North Branch huddle camera. We'll hope the iPad is all right. Coach Selbechka quickly sprang into action. That'll show up on film literally tomorrow. Menke sets up inside of the lines. That's number 21, Haley Notebart. She's had a couple of kills. Haven't said her name yet because she's on the JV roster, but she's been part of this North Branch offense all night. Haley Notebart showing up on the varsity squad. Ruzick digs that one. Free ball coming for the Vikings. Dug by Esget. Now Menke. Hit hard and down. Riley Ramberg from the middle. Connects on the Menke set. 6-point difference here. Timeout, Tigers. All right, here we go. Tigers getting a great opportunity to be resilient here. They trail 19-13. Vikings have taken the first 2 sets. So just 6 more points for a Vikings victory, or Tigers can come back, and it starts right here. Tigers need 11 more. First to 25, win by 2. Wempner's back to serve for the Tigers. Back corner. Vikings thought it might have been out, but they dug it. Ramberg out of the middle, touched up by Herman. Klaas pushed that one over. Menke hit hard down inside of the line. Sophia Benedict, number 22, from the right side. 6-point difference. Wojtaszek back in to play the back row. We will have a post-game interview, so don't go anywhere after the game, folks. We'll have a couple of Tigers over here to talk to us about tonight's matchup. Esget finds Menke, hit hard from the middle. Ramberg got a hold of that one. Zahner was there. But couldn't quite get it to the center. A little bit too much sauce on it from Ramberg out of the middle. 21-14 now. I think that's number 18, Alexa Kane, on to serve and play the back row for the Vikings. Dug well by Zahner. Hit hard by Slipey, right to Isabel Esget in the back row. That one pushed over by Dakota Esget. Herman from the middle finds the floor. Tigers staying alive. Ruzick to Caitlin Herman, junior to a senior on that Tiger offense. Sierra Christopher's a sophomore. Back and ready to serve. Right hand toss, left hand serve. Menke to Ramberg in the middle to the floor. Riley Ramberg gets that Viking offense rolling again, set up very nicely by 8th grader Jenna Menke. Ball's over, dug by Ruzick, now Slipey. Ruzick from the left side, hit hard, dug by the Vikings. Menke sets up Esget, but Isabel Esget from the back row. Free ball coming, North Branch setting offense. Dakota Esget finds the floor. A couple of Tigers slid in at the last second to try and dig it, but Dakota Esget has dominated this game on offense for the Vikings. Ball's over. And Ruzick finds the floor from the left side. She's led the Tiger offense from the left and the right side, even snuck one down from the middle. Well done, Gabby Ruzick, to keep the Tigers alive. Dug by Esget. Isabel Esget, hit hard by Dakota Esget. Tigers ready for it. Danica Watashik couldn't get the ball to the setter. Just 1 point now for the Vikings to improve their record to 7-6. Ball's up, knuckleball serve, dug by Zahner. Ruzick touches it over and finds the floor. There she is in the middle again. Just picks the ball up and places it in the right spot. Not literally, because that'd be an illegal touch if she picked the ball up. But just swept it to the front of that North Branch defense with nobody home. Good eyes from Gabby Ruzick. Dakota Esget sails long. That'll decrease her attack percentage slightly, but I'm sure she'll still look at this tonight's stat line and feel pretty good about it, as she should. Just a sophomore is Dakota Esget. Sister and line mate Isabel Esget has played well in the back row, and there she is, right to Menke. Dakota Esget tries to put it away. Tigers scrambling. Free ball coming. Good defense, Princeton. Menke looking for Dakota Esget. Dug by Zahner. Tigers staying alive. And into the net. Tough way to end it. Good scramble. Good defense by the Tigers. We'll take a quick break before we have a couple of Tigers, Princeton Tigers, join us for a post-game interview.
Your grandmother's fine china, those trendy sneakers, your collection of hand-carved duck decoys. Auto Owners protects your home. Because, well, somebody should. That's simple human sense.
Ask the Princeton Insurance Agency in Princeton if auto owners make sense for you.
Oh, now you do your job.
First Bank and Trust presents so many abbreviations. Okay, you need to make a payment ASAP, but you have no P2P, aka person-to-person payments, which lets you send money to almost anyone without a check. To your college kid, a piano teacher, or an IOU for lunch with your BFF. Use online or in the app. No fees. Snap. P.S. The old way to pay? RIP. Person-to-person payments. Easy and convenient. Bank better. Bank smarter. Bank easy. First Bank and Trust. Member FDIC. Online banking and online bill pay required to initiate payment.
All right, we've got a junior and a senior joining us for a post-game interview here. I'm sitting next to junior Gabby Ruzick and senior Brianna Jordan. So I'm going to phrase this question. I'll set it up for you a little bit. I think Gabby's going to talk to us first. So when I was coaching, I used to always tell our teams there's winning and there's learning, right? So there's lots of things you can learn when you win, but there's some more things you can learn after a loss. So tonight, Gabby, if you can think about some things you either learned about yourself or your team or things that you've learned after tonight's 3-0 loss to North Branch, what are some things that come to your mind?
I think we really struggled in the first set and towards the first half of the second set, but I think we were really able to come back in the last set, and ultimately we lost, but I think we came together as a team and worked harder. And I think North Branch was able to really run their offense a lot more, and we need to work on that and defense as well, because defense is what can make or break your team.
Yeah, absolutely. Everything starts with a pass in volleyball, right? Got to start your offense with a little bit of defense. I think what you were really getting at was a lot of resilience is what I saw out of the Tigers. When I look at these scores, 25-15, 25-18, 25-18, you were right there a few times. So definitely some credit to your resilience. So Brianna Jordan, let's zoom back a little bit. Gabby talked a lot about what we learned from tonight's match. How about the whole season? You're getting towards the halfway point. What are some things you've learned about yourself, about your team, about volleyball in general on the 2022 volleyball season?
I think as a team, you need to be able to talk really well with your players and everything. And we struggle with this a lot. We get in our own heads and we do not talk when we are mad at each other. We don't talk in general, and that's where most of our losses are coming from. And I believe if we come together and we can communicate better, we can potentially be a way better team.
Yeah. Usually the middle of the season, most teams aren't running out of things to practice, and I think you guys will have some things to continue to work on. And that's what high school sports are all about, are finding things to work on and finding ways to grow. And nobody communicates too much, verbally, non-verbally. Those are absolutely things everybody can work on, so I think you hit the nail right on the head. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for talking to us. Any last things you want to say to the World Wide Web?
Go Tigers.
Go Tigers. Love it, Ruzik. Happy homecoming, everybody.
Your grandmother's fine china, those trendy sneakers, your collection of hand-carved duck decoys. Auto Owners protects your home. Because, well, somebody should. That's simple human sense.